Dear Ukrainians, I held the top command meeting today. There were several key areas of discussion. The first is air defense and everything that is necessary for the daily shooting down of Russian missiles and drones, financing interceptors, production volume, agreements with our partners. All of this is under regular oversight by the Ministry of Defense and the Military Command. And it is necessary to increase production and increase it as much as possible. Separate short and medium-range air defense is what is needed both for the front and for the protection of energy facilities. We updated the needs, and on this basis our production will be increased, our own domestic Ukrainian production, which is a guarantee of protection. Ukrainians must not depend on whether something can be found on the global market or in our partners' warehouses. The production tasks must be fulfilled on time. There is personal responsibility for this at every level. We are also fulfilling the requests of the brigades. After my trip to the frontline areas, one of these requests concerns the fair distribution of personnel among the brigades. The replenishment of brigades with people must clearly be revised. Almost every combat brigade is talking about this. Now there is an order from the top command for the Chief of the General Staff, Andriy Natov, together with Pavlo Polisa, Deputy Head of the President's Office and a very experienced military man, to process all this. In the near future, draft decisions must be prepared for me. There were detailed reports on the situation at the front in the key areas. Kupiansk, Pokrovsk, Gulai-Poli. It is important that Ukrainian soldiers continue to destroy the occupier, hold their positions and carry out combat tasks. This is precisely the basis of our ability to negotiate in Ukraine's interests. Russians are spreading everywhere in the world the claim that Ukraine supposedly cannot defend itself. They say that Ukrainian soldiers cannot defend themselves. The daily combat results of the Ukrainian army, the daily results of our special services, and of our deep strikes are proof that Ukraine can defend its interests. And now every destroyed Russian occupier, every replenishment of our exchange fund for Ukraine, every Russian assault that Ukrainians have stopped, every destroyed Russian piece of equipment and each of our deep strikes are arguments that it is worth standing with Ukraine, worth helping Ukraine, and that for the sake of peace pressure must be applied not to Ukraine, but to Russia, the only reason why the war is dragging on. I want to thank all our soldiers who feel the situation in exactly this way, and everyone who now, as always, is helping our army and is helping our state. I want to commend, for the results of the fighting these days in the Kupiansk direction, of the soldiers of the 127th Heavy Mechanized Brigade and the 475th Separate Assault Regiment. Thank you, warriors. For the battles in Donetsk region, the 82nd and 95th Airborne Assault Brigades, the 25th Airborne Brigade, the 25th Separate Assault Battalion, the 1st Assault Regiment, the 132nd Separate Reconnaissance Battalion, and the 425th Separate Assault Regiment. Thank you. Zaporizhia region, soldiers of the 5th and 92nd Assault Brigades, units of the 1st, 33rd, 225th Separate Assault Regiments. Thank you. Sumy region, units of the 225th Separate Assault Regiment and the 71st Huntsman Brigade. Thank you. One more thing, payments under the Winter Support Program have already begun for those who applied in DR and also through Ukrposhta. Payments have already started, in particular, in frontline regions and in regions bordering Russia. And in such communities alone, there are already more than 133,000 applications through Ukrposhta. In total, we have 550,000 applications through the Ukrposhta network. The number in DR is almost 11 million applications. It is important to submit an application this year, before Christmas. It will be possible to use the funds next year as well for utility payments, for certain other needs and, of course, for supporting our army through donations to volunteers. Every expression of support matters. I thank everyone who is with Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.